Yeah.
So we were just discussing like the tree of sexuality, branches.
Yeah. Well, we were discussing like how there is no written instructions to follow when it comes to open relationships or anything like that. It's got to be a discussion that you have with your partner.
Yeah. So I think like for me, where I started was Wikipedia, because I don't know where else to go. I didn't know where else to go. I started looking into an open relationship when I was 19 or 20, basically. So I didn't really have anyone that I felt like I could ask, like any friend. I didn't know any friends that were in an open relationship beyond just fucking other people and not wanting to commit to this is my partner type of situation. So I started on Wikipedia and just kind of went down a rabbit hole of these are things that I could do. This is the kind of lifestyle I could have. BDSM's a thing. Open relationships, swinging. Like there's plenty of terms. Polyamory. And I think that if you're gonna sit down and do this with a partner, like a committed partner, then it needs to be a discussion because there's no rules set that works for everyone. I know people that have been in relationships for a long, long time, like longer than I've been in my relationship, that don't have a working rule set and it doesn't work, and they want to be in an open relationship, but since they don't have a good rule set that works for them, something always falls apart. I also know people that have been in relationships for a shorter period of time than me and have a amazing rule set that for them works and is just like the couple I was telling you about when we were on break, that is what they consider soft swap. So if my partner and I are playing with them, I would never fully have sex with the man in that relationship because that's one of their rules, and the female in that relationship would never fully have sex with me or my partner. There's just a line that they draw and they say, hey, no penetrative sex. And that rule works for them and they're incredibly happy, and since they can keep the communication open about, hey, this is where I'm comfortable, this is where we draw the line, like they have an amazing time. Like they always go out and they have fun and they meet people and it's always good. But you have to definitely discuss, and I will also say it is a case of trial and error, because you can definitely go out and be like, hey, like whatever's cool, and then you could see your partner kissing someone else and all of a sudden it's like, well, okay, that wasn't okay, and it's like, but we didn't have that rule. And so I would say if you're trying to explore this new kind of relationship, that you definitely have to try and know that when you try, you're not going to get it right the first time. That you're going to have to go through like, okay, like I was uncomfortable with you kissing, her or him. Why? Okay, maybe we shouldn't let kissing be such a thing. Maybe we should instead like
prostitute rules.
Yeah, like no kissing. Like maybe no kissing should be one of our rules. And I've met people like that. Like that's a thing. Like they don't. Literally everything else is fine with them, just no kissing. Or maybe it's something that's like, maybe there's a couple that, he gives the best blowjobs in the world, and so his partner's like, no, no one else gets a blowjob.
I will not let the world have those lips.
I reserve the right to your fucking mouth.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's definitely that's how it is though. It's one of those things that like I know people that do like age play. So the female in that relationship normally calls her partner like daddy.
Yeah.
But she can't call anyone else daddy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just a situation of what you're comfortable with and what your partner's comfortable with. And it's definitely, if you're just starting out, a situation of, okay, we're gonna go and try this. Let's set some ground rules that we can agree on. Let's abide by those ground rules. If after something happens, you're not okay, let's add another rule. Let's change a rule. Or if we've done the opposite, my partner and I, like we started out with like extremely strict rules. Like the first time we went out, we were like, we're not gonna fuck, we're not gonna do any oral, we're gonna make out, see where it goes, maybe some like fingering or hand jobs, what have you. We got there and we really clicked with people, and we were talking like there, like at, like while we were out, and we're like, hey, like I could be okay with a little more. How do you feel? And my partner was like, yeah, we can go further. And so then we went further. Like, we can change our rules. It's just, you should start with
your
a
level
baseline.
of comfort.
Start strict so that, you know, if anything. Because when you start loose, that's when it starts maybe damaging the relationship. So.
Yeah, like, I definitely would advise to start with, hey, maybe we shouldn't have sex or do blowjobs or whatever, and then start
easier way.
Definitely ease your way into it. I think getting your feet wet is better than just jumping into the deep end.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people do, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
They think, oh, I can handle this, and then they see their partner with someone else, and all of a sudden they have feelings.
Rage monster.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking rage monster.
Yeah, and
fucking rage.
and there's other stuff too that you wouldn't think about until you've experienced it a couple times. Like, I know that I don't like it if my partner, goes off and, you know, has sex with someone. Fine, I'm good with that. But once they're done, I would prefer it if they came back and checked in with me and just touched base. Like, even if they want to go back and, like, be like, hey, you know, let's talk for a bit. We had a fun time. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm leaving you high and dry or whatever. I still want them to come to me and say, hey, I love you.
Yeah,
I had a
that
nice time.
reassurance. Yeah.
You know, I hope you're doing good. I'm going to go talk to them for a few more minutes, then I'm going to be back.
Right.
And so even just things like that kind of communication of, hey, we're done, this is where I'm at, this is what's going on, how are you, is incredibly helpful in keeping things like feeling safe and feeling trustworthy.
So I do have a question. Actually, I want to do a whole episode about this because I think it's really
important.
Yeah, well, not just that, but like what I want to refer to. I have noticed that the younger generations, particularly people in their young 20s, don't know fucking all about STDs.
Yeah.
And like chlamydia can be transmitted through oral sex.
Yeah.
You know, like, so even if you wear a condom, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you guys have a rule of, hey, you know, for our health, let's get checked, you know, once a year or like once every 6 months? Like, seriously, I want to have a discussion about STDs just because people do not fucking realize, and they think it's never going to happen to them. But like I said, with chlamydia, you might not have symptoms for a fucking month, but still pass it on to all of your partners.
Oh, yeah.
And it's terrifying the level of like nonchalance about it when it comes to your sexual health. So I'm just curious, because like you said, condoms absolutely, but like you can sometimes get things through other forms of sex. So is that a rule that you guys have? Like, look, we need to get regularly tested. We need to take control of our sexual health.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, we get tested on the regular. We aren't as active right now, so we haven't been tested incredibly recently. But when we are actively going out, seeing, even like whenever we see different people in particular where there's not like a level of trust, we don't usually play with someone the first time we meet them, because we want to develop a level of trust to be like, if they have an STD, they'll tell us,
right?
You know, and that's a big rule in a lot of the communities that we're a part of, is that you have to be tested, and if you're not clean, word will get around, and then if you don't tell someone, they can get in a lot of trouble. So that's part of it. But we do get tested. Excuse me. And anyone that we on the regular sleep with, we always check in with. We're like, hey, just to let you guys know, we've been checked recently, we are still clean. And then usually they respond in kind.
Yeah.
And I have never encountered someone who does have an STD. And I think that's just because
they make it a point to protect themselves.
There are a lot of people in open relationships that are more in a, I'm committed to one person, but both of us sleep around and have fun, are very conscious of, hey, this is exactly how chlamydia gets spread. This is how herpes gets spread. This is how STDs get spread. so we get checked and we're safe. We always use condoms and like take precautions like that. And yeah, there's stuff can get passed, not through penetrative sex, but yeah. Just
sorry.
She's gonna go tell the dog to shut
up.
But yeah, sexual health is a big part of being safe and being able to be with other people. Yeah. But no, I agree. Like a lot of the younger generation.
Sorry, I'm walking in front of the camera like an asshole. This is super professional.
Okay, they get to see your butt. So
Hey.
A lot of the younger generation isn't as concerned, but also people who are more educated in sex. And I would say that people who are in open relationships have to be more educated in sex, even if they don't start off.
Well, because it's not just your health, right? It's the person you love and the person you care about.
Yeah, and it's also the other X number of people you're involved with. Like, odds are someone out of that group is going to be like, hey, I don't want something I can't get rid of.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I don't want this. Like, I don't want to have to go to my doctor and be like, hey, I got chlamydia and I don't even know where I got it from.
Yeah.
So it's just sexual awareness is more present when there is a committed relationship in there somewhere. So, from my experience. But I agree, like, there's definitely like a one-night stand culture that has been propagated from Tinder.
Yeah, it's not. It's like this weird form of nihilism that the world shares right now. Like, well, everything's fucked, and also like I am super like gay feminism, but there's also that aspect from females now that's like, well, I can fuck whoever I want to and do my thing, and that's great. But a lot of them, I'm noticing like sex education isn't all encompassing. It's really they preach more like abstinence, than protecting yourself. It's like, don't fuck at all. But that's stupid, like, and naive. So give them tools to succeed rather than tell them just don't fucking do it at all.
Yeah, because they're going to.
Yeah. They're going to.
Like, you're going to. You're going to. Like, everyone's young and horny at some point, and some people never grow out of being young and horny. So I
look for my next book, Young and Horny.
Spicy Pickles presents Young and Horny.
Like, yeah, but no, like, sexual awareness in terms of safety is also a very big priority. And that
it's big in the porn industry too. Coincidentally, like, people who are very sexually active are very in charge of their health. And
I think that's just more of and this is again just experience. I think people who are more open about sex in terms of, yeah, you know, I have a partner, but I also fuck, it's cool. Like, people who are very comfortable with sex, like talking about sex, like if you can't say like vagina and clitoris and, you know, penis and scrotum, like
pussy and cunt, like, you want to say that shit?
Like, you shouldn't be having sex, first of all. But if you're comfortable with your body and you're comfortable having sex, you're also comfortable seeing like the not good sides of it, like the bad consequences that could happen, and even like, not that pregnancy is bad, but just like the fact that it's
permanent.
But it's you will get pregnant.
The most permanent of STDs.
You will get pregnant, but that's a possibility, and you have to see that going in. Is like, if you're in an open relationship and there's a partner, well, condoms can break, things can happen. Like, you also have to know that someone could get pregnant who that's not their partner. Someone could get sick. Someone could get an STD. All these kind of things can happen.
Yeah.
And I think
it has to be discussed.
It has to be discussed, and it definitely has to be a thing of, hey, if you're comfortable with sex, you're gonna have that discussion. But if you're just sleeping around and having one-night stands, you're not gonna be discussing that. And so I think it's more likely to happen to someone who's just, hey, I can fuck whoever I want.
That's true.
Do you have any more questions for Miss Siren?
I'm sure I'll think of a million once the camera's off. But we can always have her back on too.
Yes.
Because this is all interesting stuff. I really do want to have a segment about like sexual health, especially.
Oh my god, with bananas and everything.
Oh my god, we will. We'll even show how to put condoms on them.
That'll be so much fun.
That'll be great.
Yeah. Talk about anal sex.
Oh yeah, that's necessary. We'll talk about all of it.
Yeah.
Anal, oral, Tuscaloosa
Clitoral?
dumplings. Show you how to do a Tuscaloosa dumpling? No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
Why not?
Well, I guess we can. You and I'll just like, this is missionary. This is fucking reverse yoga. We'll just do all these positions. And
Just get a copy of the Kama Sutra.
We should
just
I
show
do
them
have
like a picture book.
We should get like animal suits and we'll do the positions in the animal suits. It'll be real fun.
We need to get furries on here. For real.
For real.
For real.
Anyway, thanks for joining
Yeah,
us,
thanks for joining
guys.
us. Hopefully we're going to be making this a regular thing again. So we'll be seeing you real soon.
She
Thank you,
looks at-
Siren.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys.
She's so accusatory. She looked at me when she said that. Hopefully we'll be doing this more.
You know I love you.